Fuse Box here. Today I want to go over Samar Gemcursed. This is my mid-tier account. When I got him, the only thing I had heard was that he was not good. So I didn't rush him. Well, first of all, look at this guy. I mean, that's one cool looking dude, right? But yeah, you know, his kit looked neat. I heard that he wasn't that good. He's pretty good. Let's check him out. And this isn't a pretty plain, basic, average build to try him out. So let's see what he does. All right, we got Crystal Flesh. Attacks one enemy. It heals by 15% if you're under the damage inflicted. If you're under 50% health. If you're over 50% health, you gain 15% turn meter. Well, that's good, right? Notice he's not booked yet, but with the damage he does, I think he's worth booking if you decide to use him, if you try him out. But he doesn't really need books to get going. Let's check him out. His A2 Emerald Curse. This inflicts bonus damage equal to the difference in HP percentage. So if you're at 100% health and you hit somebody at 50% health, you're going to get 1% damage for each 1% difference. That's 50% difference. So this guy's really good at finishing somebody off. If they're anywhere near half or less, he's going to get 50% more damage with that difference in HP percentage. Also, you get a 10% damage buff. Now this can add up. It inflicts damage equal to the difference in the number of buffs on this champion and the target, plus 10%. So if there are 4 or 5 buffs on you, no buffs or just one buff, you're going to get 50 or 40 more percent damage. This can actually really hit hard. Let's keep going. He's got more. This attacks all enemies without books. There's an 80% chance of stealing 2 random buffs before attacking. So he takes those buffs off before he hits. He also places an extra hit on enemies that still have any buffs left. There are 2 ways to go about this. I'm going to use him with accuracy because stealing those buffs is very handy in more places than just the arena. But if you kind of did like Trunda, didn't put any... This isn't his real hard hitting move is Emerald Curse, but you could get a guaranteed double hit AoE if you didn't remove buffs off enemies. But I like removing buffs, and we'll kind of get into that. His aura makes sense for him. It's all allies get 30% HP in all battles. So that's definitely a good lead if you're using him in content with other HP champions. So here's the deal. Let's look at his masteries, how I'm doing this right now. For wave clear, for arena, I'm going basically a hard hitting tree. You know, I'm taking like ruthless ambush so that my first hit hits hard, but into helm smasher. And the only real tough choice here is, do you want to take Heart of Glory and do more damage while you have full HP, or do you want to take Shield Breaker? It depends on who you're going against. Also, he can steal those buffs, so he can take a shield off of somebody. I did take accuracy, Lore of Steel. I've got a lot of immortal sets on him. Cycle of Magic, keep him moving back around to his A2 and A3. And for now, I took Sniper because I'm at 80% and don't have books. I really don't see a need in Sniper, so just putting that out there. You can take anything you want here, or you could easily go into the defensive tree and get your A1 more often by taking Retribution. And that A1 is either going to heal you back up, or it's going to give you 15% of your turn meter. So that would also be a great way to use it. But like I say, I basically was just testing this guy out, and he's pretty good. So let's think about what he does. The arena is a great place to start, but let's think about other content. Being able to steal buffs, that means things like going into the Magic Keep, stealing that shield off of her. She usually has multiple buffs. Most of the potion keeps on stage 20 have some kind of buffs. He doesn't just remove them, he takes them. But obviously in Faction Wars, Doom Tower, so let's just kind of pick a stage in Doom Tower. We'll see what he does and how he's useful in pretty much any situation you want. So anywhere that we got, we've got Skull Crushers in here. That's gonna make this kind of, you know, you don't want all those counterattacks and unkillables. So this would be a good way to show him off. And I'm pairing him up with Oboe. Oboe also can steal some buffs, so that will be pretty neat to watch. So let's just go through a little bit of this. Let's take it off auto. Alright, there we go. We debuffed him. So there's no buffs going on right now. We're just going to start doing damage. Start kind of working on these skull crushers here. We could go ahead and provoke everybody, but we're going to let them put their buffs out. So we'll just kind of go for a stun here. We'll shield up. Alright, so there are no buffs to steal. We don't really want to use his A3 yet. So we can go ahead and we have a lot of buffs on. They have none. Let's look at the damage he does. We also have an HP difference on this guy. So let's slow this down and check out his A2 in action. And we're going to go. That's a good hit. That's a good hit. And we're going to go back and look at his build in a minute. It's really mediocre, average player build. Alright, so we're just going to kind of keep scrolling through these guys. Now we have all these nasty buffs up. We've got unkillables. We've got counterattacks. This is where, right here, she can actually do some buff swapping of her own. So we'll go for this guy. Alright, we cleared him up. Look at all the buffs we're stacking up on Oboro right there. There's really not a whole lot we could do here until we get rid of some of these buffs. So we're just going to kind of A1 this guy down. Now there's buffs everywhere. He can steal 2 before he hits off of everybody. Plus this is a really cool looking ability. So he drops this massive log on him. Look at all the buffs we stole. Now we have counterattack. Just by chance we didn't steal the actual unkillable. He just had so many buffs, it takes 2 at random. Definitely awesome though. And he keeps himself buffed up and takes buffs off the enemy, making it much easier to get more damage out of that A2. So we're just going to kind of keep cycling through here, and then we'll race through the rest of it. Okay, Samara is not bad at all. Now, Oboro and Iron Brago are both serious damage dealers with much better gear than he has on. And there he is right there with him. And we used that amazing aura for HP and made Milga Steel Girdle do even more shielding. Absolutely a useful champ. And clearly he'll do well in the Dwarves faction wars. And you can use him on stage. He does this anywhere that you're going to deal with a lot of buffs that you have to remove. You saw at the end possibly there where he on auto still stole both of the unkillable buffs. Took 2 buffs off of everybody. He's always full because of that. His health power, you might have also noticed, he has the start of each round, he has a no damage buff. That means he's going to stay at full health no matter what happens. If somebody gets the jump on you in the arena, he's not going to take damage so that he can come after a couple of other damage dealers and kind of seal the deal or remove buffs, whichever you need. So let's get into the arena and check him out. First, let's go ahead and see how I built him out. Pretty normal run-of-the-mill gear here. I did go ahead and put crit damage gloves. They're not even 6-star. 6-star are way stronger, by the way. You get 80% instead of 65. I did take pretty much 2 immortal sets and 1 perception set to make sure that I had the accuracy I needed. I did go with crit damage, HP, and accuracy. Pretty normal build. In the end, though, not that strong. He's close on crit rate, and he's got almost 200% crit damage. This is definitely not built as strong as Oboro or Iron Brago. You know, I usually try to get a real hard hitter up around over 220 anyway, up to about 250 if I can. Now his HP's high. He's going to need that no matter how you build him. And he's going to have accuracy. And I don't mind him being slow, because if everybody else chips away a little bit, he's really good at sealing the deal anywhere you need. And if the buffs come up, he can remove them. So it kind of helps his utility. Now, I wouldn't want him to be that slow in the end, but I just didn't happen to get good speed rolls. Very average build. So let's go to the arena, like I was saying. And we'll set something up here. Alright, so this is going to be really bad if we don't win the speed fight. But we do have a lot of buffs that could be popping up here. And it'll be a great way to go ahead. And they also have a cleanser. We got to watch that Masteries. Okay, we won the speed fight. Let's start getting set up. We're going to take some turn meter down with Biggin. He almost wrecked the whole team. So this might not be so bad, honestly. This one might not be so bad. Alright, so now what we're looking at is there are no buffs to take down. We probably could kill 2 with his AoE. But if there's no buffs to deal with, we can either use this to gain some more turn meter, get ready for his next turn, or we can guarantee to kill somebody with his A2. Now we have 2 buffs and almost 40% more health than Iron Brago. You know Iron Brago is built very high on HP. Let's see what kind of damage we can do to him, even at the risk of losing. We didn't get our crit. My 85% crit rate, it just showed up. There it is. Alright, well, no problem. Let's just keep cycling through. Let's get back to him. We're probably going to wipe these people here. There we go. So we'll try a couple fights, get him where he can show off. See, there's debuffs, buffs. Where's a really strong here? This could be a great example. The Unkillable, coming up against the Unkillable. If we go first, Seeker will also put up a shield. So let's just see what happens. All right, they have attack up. Now we're starting to get them. They're starting to get buffed up. You see that no damage buff? It's keeping us perfectly safe as far as Samara goes. So we are going to take down their turn meter. Go ahead and bring him back up in case we need him. We could clear some of these right here. And the rest of them, we could take care of all these buffs. Now, if we wanted to, we could hold on to this to get rid of the Unkillable once we hit Skull Crown. But we're going to go ahead and clear their buffs, get them ready. Oh, they took Biggin out. Biggin was my main hitter. Alright, let's see. We may not beat this one, guys. We may not make it through. If Seal doesn't go down soon, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Alright, we can take Skull Crown out. We have no revives. I'm not sure how we're going to get through this. But we have a huge, well, not a huge discrepancy in HP. Let's see. We'll go ahead and go for it. Still a heck of a smack, right? So we're not gonna win this. We're not gonna win this fight. But boy, he's standing his ground, right? Come on, get me out of here. Come on, get me out. Well, at our own peril, let's go ahead and try this. Let's go against this Mountain King paired with a Duchess and a Skull Crown. Now this team's got some serious juice, alright? If they beat me on speed, I really don't know that we can win, but I definitely am not scared to try. So here we go. It's a tight race, so we're gonna have to control their turn meter. Let's get a little start on that. We're gonna have to take it all the way down. Let's just take their turn meter down. This is perfect. We can take that Unkillable, and we can take that shield to make everybody else's job super easy. And now we got to get rid of Duchess, but we've got to start getting rid of that Mountain King before he does too much damage. See, let's control Duchess's turn meter, and Samara's already been key in this. They've already got more buffs to deal with. We got to get Duchess out of here, or it's going to be a problem. She's going to start reviving everybody, keeping everybody under that veil. Alright. Let's remove at least one turn of that veil. Maybe we can remove one of those buffs. Alright, that's alright, because even though we don't have a big discrepancy in how many buffs we have a huge difference in HP percentage. This should no problem take her out. Even, well, it was a weak hit and it did the job. Alright, so now all we got to do is get rid of Mountain King, and it's downhill from here. So far, Samara has been a huge part of this, so we're going straight for that Mountain King. Let's get that shield off of him. The A1, we don't need healing. We're going to get turn meter, and because he's slow, that's a great thing. Keep him moving, and let's just we pretty much got it now. We can auto this. So if any buffs that are in the way, if you don't have a great buff stripper, you can take Samar and steal those buffs. Use them to your advantage. Definitely a cool hero, definitely. So there, I mean, you get the idea. We can real quick. Is blue open? It just closed. But all the buffs that he's good anywhere that his affinity will not create a problem with weak hits. You can take him anywhere that buffs are needed to be removed. And let's get in here real quick. So remember, we didn't really even go over it, but his passive Diamond Skin, he places block damage at the start of each round. Blocking income damage that places a block damage buff. Now he has an active side to this. Blocks incoming damage and puts up the block damage buff for one turn when he receives a hit that would drop him below 30% health. We didn't really see that happening too often, so that's another thing. If he's about to die, he's very clutch, puts up a block damage when he should have been killed or nearly killed, and then his A1 can start healing him up. If you build him with even more damage, which basically all I'm lacking is just a hair more crit rate and as much more crit damage as I can get. And I would like to get him a little faster, but I just didn't have the speed rolls where I needed them. This is in a very mediocre build. Dude is awesome. I'm not sure, where I heard that he was bad, and it was probably early on before anybody really played with him. He's not bad, and he looks cool. Really cool. A great addition to your dwarves in Faction Wars. Very useful. So, hey, if you got him, you don't have to sit on him. Now, it depends on what you need and where you need it. But the arena, he could be much stronger than this. I promise you, he could be very effective in the arena. And you saw him pretty much being clutch in waves on the Doom Tower. I don't really know about boss fights with him. I have him in Helm Smasher, but if he had War Master, the HP difference and buff difference could be, you could set it up to where he does good damage against bosses as well. But absolutely a useful champ. More utility than it looks like very little utility. You see this and he's like, oh, he does something for himself. Yeah, he does a little something extra damage. Just this one single move can be very clutch for your team. So there's my opinion on this guy. I got him built out today. So I haven't even used him until today. And so far, I've been impressed with him. Super cool champ. I had fun building him, had fun making this guide. Let me know what you think. Do you have him? Have you built him? Do you like him? He's pretty solid. Until next time, enjoy the grind.